If you need an estate car, but you want a stylish coupe, then Audi may have a solution for you. This car, the A5 Avant. Now, beauty may be in the eye of the beholder, but to my eyes at least, this has to be one of the best looking estate cars you can buy. We're testing the 2-litre TFSI petrol in Edition 1 specification. It weighs over 1,700 kilograms and it's front-wheel drive. It has a price tag of around £55,000, so we want to find out how well it tows and if it can justify that lofty price. To find out, we've borrowed an Eldis Avante 462 from Raymond James Caravans in Atherstone. Obviously, we're going to tow with the car, but we'll also drive it from day to day. We'll show you inside the cabin and we'll consider the price and running costs before we conclude if the Audi makes a good all-round tow car. So, let's hitch up to the Eldis and head out on the road. Buyers have the choice of plug-in hybrid petrol and diesel power, and there are front-wheel drive and four-wheel drive versions of the A5 Avant. If you go for the 204 horsepower diesel, you can have Audi's Quattro four-wheel drive system, but this petrol model with the same power output is front-wheel drive only. In most conditions that's not a problem, but if you're towing in damp weather, then you do need to be gentle and careful with the throttle when you're pulling away from junctions or making a hill start, or otherwise the front wheels will spin briefly. Once you're up to speed though, there's plenty of power for towing a decent sized Caravan, and stability at speed is very good. It's a very secure and comfortable car when you're towing on the motorway. Without a Caravan, the A5 Avant is enjoyable to drive. For generation after generation, keen drivers have had reason to prefer the BMW 3 Series Touring over the Audi estate car. Now, it's been a while since I've driven the 3 Series Touring, but I think the gap is still there. The 3 Series is the more involving car for keen drivers, although the A5 Avant corners keenly and has a lot of poise and grip. It's still an enjoyable car to drive. The trade-off though is that the ride, certainly if you go for the S-Line or Edition 1 cars which have sport suspension, the ride is quite firm. It's not harsh though, it's certainly easy enough to live with, not so rough that you're going to be rattling your fillings out on a bumpy road. Let's take a look inside the cabin. So the driver sits quite low to the floor in the Audi A5. It is a sporty car and it has quite a sporty driving position, but I found it comfortable on a long drive. The seat, the steering wheel, the pedals all line up nicely so you're not sat at a slight angle. It's nice and comfortable even if you've got a bad back. There's plenty of adjustment as well, and the seat in this high-spec Edition 1 car has electrical adjustment. In terms of the dashboard design, very clean, minimal, very modern, very Audi. It's an attractive place to spend the time. The touchscreen is very responsive, but it does take a little while to get used to all the different menus and find your way around. Unusually, you have a touch-sensitive pad here on the driver's door. It has the mirror controls, which you probably expect, but it also has memory function for the seat, and the controls for the lights are also on this touch-sensitive pad. Now, Audi was one of the first manufacturers to have a digital display in place of conventional dials. They call it the virtual cockpit. And unless I'm missing something, you can no longer put a map screen right in the middle of that display, which seems like a bit of a step backwards, a bit of a shame. What you do have is an extra screen on this Edition 1 high-spec model, which is over here facing the front seat passenger. The passenger can keep themselves entertained with this screen, or they can input a sat-nav destination, and the clever thing is, once you're on the move, the driver can't see that screen. It's visible to the front seat passenger, but not at the angle the driver's going to be looking at it. So the idea is it's not going to be distracting. It's not going to make them take their eyes further off the road than they have to look at the regular touchscreen. In terms of storage, there are a couple of cup holders. You've got a wireless charging pad for compatible smartphones, and there are also 2 USB-C ports if you'd rather charge using a wire. The door bins are a little bit on the small side, but still big enough to be useful. And you can say the same for the storage here under the driver's armrest. It's useful, but very, very shallow. Most cars have got more space under the armrest than you find here. So that's a quick look around in the front of the car. Let's go and have a look in the back. Okay, so it's in the back of the car that you notice that perhaps the A5 Avant has compromised its practicality a little bit for the sake of style. There's less room in the back than you would find in, say, a Škoda Superb estate or a Volkswagen Passat estate. But then again, neither of those cars look as good as this one, and they don't have the Audi badge. So you pay your money, you take your choice. And let's be fair about this. I'm quite tall. This seat is set up for me. If you don't carry tall rear seat passengers behind a very tall driver very often or at all, then you may well find that there's enough head and leg room for you in the back of the A5 Avant. One thing that will be awkward if you're travelling with 3 in the back is this very, very stout transmission tunnel. That will get in the way, so it's going to be more comfortable with 2 rear seat passengers than 3, that's for sure. But everyone in the back should be at a comfortable temperature. There are air vents between the front seats and a separate temperature control. There are a couple of USB-C ports as well to keep tablets and smartphones charged up. If you're travelling with children rather than adults or teenagers, then you will be able to make use of these Isofix mounting points for fitting compatible child seats. That's the back. That leaves us to take a look at the boot. Well, it's not huge for an estate car, is it? There's a reasonable amount of space for your holiday bags, but there are plenty of estate cars that offer more room. In fact, the Audi A5 Avant's arch rival, the BMW 3 Series Touring, does have a few more litres of luggage space, although there's not a lot in it. If you want to lower the rear seats to get more space, then that's a quick and easy job. There are levers here on either side of the tailgate, and the back seat split in 3 parts rather than the more usual 2, which is very handy if you want to carry something long and thin which you can put in the middle of the car and still have 2 passengers on either side. Now the tow ball is of the drop-down kind. It's a £1,160 option, and the maximum download 80 kilograms. As a premium product, the A5 Avant has a premium price tag. Versions with this engine start from £47,625, and in the luxuriously equipped Edition 1 spec, this model costs nearly £55,000. Adding the extras fitted to our test car, which include this sunroof with adjustable transparency, and the price is pushed to over £60,000. Even for those of us who value a premium badge, that's an awful lot for an estate car of modest practicality. With mild hybrid assistance, the petrol engine has an official combined fuel economy figure of 38.2 mpg. On our towing economy route, we saw 27.1 miles to the gallon. There's a lot to like about the Audi A5. It looks great inside and out, and it makes a stable tow car. But if you're looking for the roomiest, almost practical estate car, then it probably isn't for you. And there's no doubt there are many alternatives that offer better value for money. However, if you're the kind of buyer who's happy to sacrifice a little bit of space for the sake of style, then the Audi is very appealing. When you've watched the video, please do subscribe to the Camping and Caravanning Club's channel if you haven't already. Click on the notification button and you'll never miss any of the club's tow car, caravan, camping and motorhome content. If you've enjoyed the video, feel free to click on the thumbs up button to like it and let us know what you think in the comments.